and welcome back. This is episode 2 of Maha Mamas. I'm Tanya.
I'm Jennifer.
And we are going to get right into it today.
Okay. Once again, disclaimer, we're not doctors, medical professionals, and we're not here to treat, give advice, or take the place of anything that your doctor is saying to you. We're just here to share information with the overall goal of making America healthy again.
We just want to promote healthier lifestyles and just kind of educate on that.
Yes. So today we would like to talk about the Surgeon General pick for the United States that Donald Trump made in the recent couple weeks here. There was a lady that he had appointed, a Dr. Jeanette Neshiwat. I think I butchered that. But it was quickly revealed that maybe she had some skeletons in her closet. I'm not going to get into that. You can Google that. It's out there on the interwebs. So then at the recommendation of Health Secretary Kennedy, he appointed Dr. Casey Means.
I love what Trump said. Did you hear what he said?
Oh, what did he say?
He was just like, whatever, I fully trust Kennedy. Whatever he puts on my desk, I have 100% trust that it's a good pick. So I love that he went with that nomination.
Yes, absolutely. And you love that they all just trust each other and respect each other. So Casey's been in the news a lot. She's been interviewed by many people, most notably Tucker Carlson. I think they go back a long way, like they grew up on the same block or something.
Something like that.
And so, her and her brother are the ones who have revealed a lot of astonishing facts about the health of Americans. The one that stands out to me the most is that 2/3 of our youth are ineligible to serve in our military because of poor health, obesity, and those things. But today's topic, we're going to jump right into that controversial thing, is what she had to say about the birth control pill. And so we are going to share a clip with her and Tucker, and then we'll get into it. All right, here we go.
I always noticed that you were not allowed to criticize the pill, period. And now I feel like maybe we were played a little bit.
You've got the pill and it just goes hand in hand with the rise in the hand of industrial agriculture. The spraying of these pesticides. You've got these medications that are literally shutting down the hormones in the female body that create this cyclical life-giving nature of women. We basically told women these hormones don't matter. Your ability to create the most miracle of any miracles, which is create life, just shut it down. There's no impacts. Your cycle and having these hormonal cycles is part and parcel with our health in every possible way, and also with the miracle of creating life. And so for years, you just lose the biofeedback of what's happening with your cycle. It is one of the key barometers of female health. How is your cycle doing? Is it regular? Is it heavy? And we just shut it down and say there's no repercussions for that, which I think gets to a larger issue, which is a disrespect of life.
Okay. So, wow. I'd say she's qualified. There's a lot of naysayers out there that are saying, oh, she never did this or she never did that. Well, she graduated from Stanford Medical School at the top of her class. Yes. And so I think what she's saying about that issue is on par. It is true.
Yeah.
And as like Tanya said yesterday, we want to push this, getting Americans back to working with their bodies, not against them. And that is absolutely what the birth control pill does. It works against the human female genius to shut down the reproductive system. The birth control pill was approved by the FDA in 1960, and we have not seen the positive things that they touted come from that.
Not at all. And that's, I think, again, as you look back at like the history of that, and when, of course, the FDA, right, when they approved it in 1960, like what exactly people were thinking that it was going to be this awesome thing, and just touted as this amazing thing for women, and just this whole feminism, everything just started way back when all of this was happening. And I hope people see now that it's not what they said it was going to be. This is one of the biggest, greatest lies that's ever been told, that we should suppress this system, that we should work against it, that we should stop it completely. And Jenny mentioned yesterday in that first episode, like Western medicine always tries to fix something that's not broken. Like as women, we are not broken. And that's a system that is working as it should. And so we don't need, shots. We don't need patches. We don't need pills. We don't need these things at all. And so I just feel like that's a lie that people are told. And basically, what can we do regarding all the things that doctors say why we need to be on the pill? Because I think a lot of people would just get defensive immediately and say, oh, you don't know what I'm dealing with. You don't know my cycles. You don't know I have PCOS. I have endometriosis. Like I have acne. Like things like this. Doctors are just taught in medical school.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Band-Aid. This doesn't fix the actual problem.
And what they also
occurring.
And what they also don't tell you is that the birth control pill increases your risk of reproductive cancers, especially breast cancer, by 75%.
Yes.
And I can say confidently, out of all of the women that I know that have been treated for breast cancer, I only know one that wasn't on the pill at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's really something to that. There's something to putting artificial hormones in a perfectly healthy body that is never going to end well.
Right.
So the question is, what's the alternative? I guess the first question we have to ask is why would somebody go on the pill to begin with? That seems like a silly question, but like you listed, there's a lot of reasons. The number one is to not get pregnant, right? That's why it was designed.
But it fails all the time.
Fails, has secondary, they're all designed kind of a little bit differently now, but originally it was to keep you from ovulating. And then if that failed, because sometimes you still ovulate, it's to make the womb incompatible with life. So,
so you can still conceive,
mm-hmm.
but it's not going to have a nice place for implantation. Like it's messing with.
So the plan B, no pun intended, on the pill is to make you spontaneously abort. And honestly, I used to see an OBGYN before I switched to midwives. And I talked to her about this because I went into her office one day and she had the morning after pill poster up on the wall. And I was offended because I thought she was pro-life. That was one of the first questions I asked her. She wore the little pro-life feet on her smock. And I'm like, why do you have that up there? And she goes, well, what's the difference? They're both designed to cause abortions. This was an OBGYN who fully admitted what other OBGYNs, she goes, the OBGYNs just try to tell you that that's not what it does, but I'm not going to lie to you. So I respect her for that. And she's the one that told me, it has a plan, a secondary feature that makes you abort if you conceive in the regular ones you take every day. And that's essentially what the plan B or the morning after pill or what they call the abortion pill, it does the exact same thing. It just does it on a more urgent basis. So for people to say like, oh, well, the birth control pill decreases abortions and it we need to, if you're pro-life, you need to be pro-pill because, well, you know what? We both believe that God breathes life into a soul into that baby the minute the sperm and egg come together.
Mm-hmm.
So, which life begins at conception, right?
100%.
So, so looking at it from that perspective, I'm going to say something really controversial. Every birth control pill is an abortion pill.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how it's administered.
Mm-hmm. And it does increase abortion because if you're on a pill, you obviously want to avoid children. So if you get pregnant, like most people go and get abortions that were on the pill, that were using birth control. So yeah, there's nothing good about birth control. We need to talk about women's healthcare, like real women's healthcare. If you are having issues with your cycle, you need to get help and get down to the root cause and not just have a doctor tell you we're just going to cover it up with this. Like that's not helping. Your endometriosis is still horrible. Like things are not improving. And so I think we can probably promote a couple books or podcasts here to kind of point people in the right direction when it comes to these topics, because like I said, people get really defensive over this one. But we're here to just tell the truth. There's nothing good about birth control.
And there's everything about your body that you can learn, no matter what you've heard. I've heard it all. Oh, I have uneven. Well, so did I. I had uneven cycles. They were different every month. Sometimes I don't have a period for months. Sometimes okay, well, first of all, let's get to the root problem of why your reproductive system isn't working already.
You can learn so much from your cycles. Like, and that's telling you something. That is so telling you something.
And there's there's various methods of natural family planning. There's Marquette, there's Creighton, there's symptothermal. They're all really great. Now we have the technology to tell you exactly when you're ovulating. There's there's machines that you can buy to have every month.
Wake up and do it, or go
But
the apps are coming out.
The minute I cleared the noise about, you'll never really understand your body, just take the pill. The more I studied, it is a lie. And the more I started to get in tune with my body, I knew the signs immediately that I was ovulating. Like, if you really listen to yourself and watch, and we're not going to get into all the dirty details of how you do that on this show, but anybody, regardless of cycle, can learn their fertility cycles.
And so, she mentioned natural family planning. That is not the old-fashioned rhythm method that your grandma talks about. Maybe it's not a guess. We are not science has come actually very far on this, and really just advanced, I don't know, our own education as women to understand our bodies. It's not the old-fashioned rhythm method. Every cycle might be a little bit different. We're not guessing when we're ovulating. It is very apparent if you put in the work and the effort to learn it, and then you can use it your whole life, and it's amazing. So like she mentioned, there you can get with a Creighton instructor, Marquette instructor, symptothermal. Like, you can find these instructors. They will teach you everything, even as like a single young woman. Like, they, you don't have to be like married or anything. They want you to learn these things. Like, I'm going to teach my daughter who's 11. Like, I'm going to start teaching her. We've already been watching videos on how this works, because it shouldn't be like a taboo thing. Like, these are our bodies, and we need to just be aware and want to understand them, and want a husband that's willing to understand them with you and work with you and realize there's nothing wrong with you. And it's just very virtuous to I don't know, to be willing. It's just like a sacrificial love of like, this is the way we're designed, and we want to work with that design. So it's beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. And I wish that more people were aware of it. It's not a lot of work. It's really simple once you start understanding. And once you have that understanding, it's, knowledge is power, and you're not spending all this money. Think of all the money that is wasted by people that are on the pill, or people that are, using barrier methods or what have you, when if they knew their cycle, they might be on a part of their cycle where that's not even needed, and they're wasting all of this money, and they're putting these, it's just, I don't know, it's just such a scam. Like, there's so much to these industries that I hate. I just hate. They just make so much money off of women just being ignorant to their own bodies.
And we realize there's a faction of the female population that would watch this and say, we are awful. Like, oh, I should have total control of my body. I should be able to do whatever I want. I should be able to sleep with who I want. I should be able to this, that, and the other thing. Well, that is not how you were created. And that was not God's plan for you. And maybe you don't believe in God. We don't care. Like, we're just going to tell it like it is. Like, that isn't, you are violating your own personal dignity by having that mindset. And, we're going to save that for another show, because we don't want to ramble. But the truth is, the birth control also has built the rape culture.
Yes.
It has told men that they can use women.
Yeah.
And they can use them with free license, because they're going to have no repercussions. And so the feminists would disagree with us, because they want to blame everything on men. But like my mom used to say, women set the pace when it comes to relations with men. And, as somebody who I used to work in crimes against women as a police officer, and I'm going to save that for a different show. My opinion on a lot of that would get me kicked out of most circles, but I think it's an important topic to talk about, and this definitely leads into that. So
100%.
Anyway,
yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to share?
we're going to wrap it up by promoting a few books that
we're not getting paid by.
We're not getting paid.
People. We
just
don't work for them. These are just really good resources. If this is something, oh, hey, phone call. You're so popular.
Sorry, I forgot to say. Happy Girl's Guide to Being Whole: What You Need to Know About Your Natural Body by Teresa Kenny.
Or What You Never Knew About.
Or I'm sorry, What You Never Knew About Your Natural Body by Teresa Kenny. Teresa Kenny is also a podcaster. Her show is called The Hormone Genius, and you can find that on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
It's incredible.
Yes.
And I hope that you all listen, and I hope that you just are empowered by what she's going to teach you about your own bodies. It's awesome.
And she's got a lot of guests on there that talk about herbs and hormones and stuff like that too. So check it out. The other book that if you're in any natural groups, you've probably heard this one thrown around, Taking Charge of Your Fertility by Toni Weschler. I hope I'm saying that right. So anyway, just some information to throw out there, and I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. And again, Jenny's going to be really blunt about a lot of things. I know this can be overwhelming. Like, this is a big topic we just got right into. It's just baby steps. It's just trying to get going in the right direction. Don't feel like you have to change anything overnight. But we're just all trying to get going on healthier lifestyles. And this is just a really main one that we want to empower women to understand. So,
but you really shouldn't take the pill when you wake up.
I know.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's not healthy.
Destroying your body.
It's not good for you at all.
So anyway, okay. Well, have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time.
Woohoo! Episode 2 done.
Done. God bless.